Hello students, I am Arpit Gupta from Shiv Jyoti Educational Group Kota. Hope you are all doing well at your home and studying your previous chapters too. Today we are going to start our fifth chapter of business studies, that is emerging modes of business. Before starting this particular chapter, I would like to request all the students to keep your books, notebooks along with you so that you can mark your doubts. In this particular chapter, we are going to study the meaning of e-business, the scope of e-business, that what is the meaning of e-business, what is actually the e-business is, and what is the scope, where the e-business has been expanded and in which sector the e-business has been expanded. Before starting, I would like to note down all the students the deleted topics from this particular chapter, that is the business process outsourcing, that is BPO, and concept of BPO, needs and scope of BPO, which means the whole topic of business process outsourcing has been deleted. So students, before starting this chapter, let us know about the well-known company Flipkart. The Flipkart, as we all know, is an online portal through which we can order the goods by sitting in our homes or offices. The company was started basically in October 2007. It was started by two persons, that is Sachin Bansal and the Binny Bansal. The company has initially focused on the online book selling in the country with the wide shipping network. Initially, company was started selling the books at the doorsteps, and after that company has switched to e-commerce portal. With the introduction in India, the company has started e-business and has received a great response from the consumers. So, with the emergence of new schemes of e-commerce, that is e-portal, the response of the customer has also been started. Now, let us understand the meaning of e-business or e-commerce. Generally, in e-business, the goods can be ordered or booked through the e-commerce portal. That is, we can order the goods while sitting in our homes or in our offices, so that we can cover a wide range of consumers, not from our local territory, from the worldwide. So, it is the great benefit of the e-business that the customer base can be acquired worldwidely. Now, let us understand the meaning of e-business. It is not restricted only to buying and selling of goods and services, but also to providing a collaborations with the business partners. Let us understand with one example. So students, let us understand the concept of e-business with the example. As we all know, the very well known company Flipkart, which is providing us online services for purchasing of goods. The Flipkart has done the collaboration with the e-cart, that is the logistic services which provides goods to our home. Now, with the help of e-business, the Flipkart has made a collaborations with the e-cart. E-cart is basically involved in delivering the goods and services in our home or in our offices as the address provided by the consumer. जनरली होता क्या है कि जो भी गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड की जाती हैं उससे हेल्प ली जाती है लॉजिस्टिक सर्विसेज से. तो ई बिजनेस सिर्फ गुड्स तक रेस्ट्रिक्टेड नहीं है. कहाँ तक रेस्ट्रिक्टेड हो गया? हमारे कोलैबोरेशन तक भी इसकी स्कोप एक्सटेंड हो चुके हैं. नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड द स्कोप ऑफ ई बिजनेस. ई बिजनेस can be classified basically into the 5 parts, that is B2B commerce, B2C commerce, C2C commerce, intra-B commerce. Now let us understand the meaning of B2B commerce. In B2B commerce, generally two business firms are involved in doing the electronic business. That means one can be the manufacturer or the producers and other can be the supplier. When the goods are sold not for the consumption of an individual but for the further supply of goods and services, then that type of business is included in B2B commerce. Generally in B2B commerce there is no involvement of the final consumption of goods and services. When goods are transferred from manufacturer to the retailer, then that types of business activity is included in B2B commerce. Now let us understand the meaning of B2C commerce. It includes the business firms and the consumers. Generally in B2C commerce there are two parties involved. One can be the retailer and other can be the consumer. When goods and services are finally sold to the ultimate consumers, then that business activity is known as B2C commerce. Let us understand with a picture. If we order any online movie from any online portal, for example Netflix, then the transaction involved between the service supplier, that is the Netflix, and the consumer who is ordering the movie is B2C commerce, because we are paying something for the movie so supplied by the Netflix. Now let us understand the meaning of intra-B commerce. We have understand the meaning of B2B commerce, B2C commerce, and now let us understand intra-B commerce. देखिए बच्चों, इंट्रा-बी कॉमर्स का मतलब होता क्या है? जब किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट वाइज ट्रांजैक्शंस होता है या इंटरेक्शन होता है, उसको क्या बोला जाता है? इंट्रा-बी कॉमर्स. देखिए इसका मीनिंग हम लोग समझते हैं. Now students, let us understand. If we talk about any company, the company can further be classified into the 4 departments. That means companies having marketing department, companies having production department, companies having sales department, and companies having after sales department. Now what are the functions of these departments? First we include the marketing department. The work of the marketing department is to study the market, the demand of the consumers, so that they can transfer the information or the data so collected to the production department. Generally the production department depends on the marketing department on the basis of the data so collected by the marketing department. जनरली प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट क्या होता है? मार्केटिंग डिपार्टमेंट की सारी एक्टिविटीज जो भी उन्होंने डेटा कलेक्ट किया उसके हिसाब से क्या करता है? प्रोडक्शन करता है. आफ्टर दैट व्हाट goods so produced by the company is finally sold by the sales department. Sales department finally उस goods को मार्केट में सेल करता है और अकॉर्डिंगली जो रिस्पॉन्स आया वो काम किसका होता है? आफ्टर सेल सर्विसेज का. तो किसी भी बिजनेस कंपनी या कोई भी कंपनी के अंदर जब इन डिपार्टमेंट्स के बीच में इंटरेक्शन होता है तो उसी को क्या बोला जाता है? इंट्रा-बी कॉमर्स बोला जाता है, क्योंकि एक बिजनेस में सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स एक दूसरे के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट रहते हैं. So students, now let us understand what is the meaning of intra-B commerce within the business commerce. That is when the transaction is done between the business departments or the departments of the one company or the industries. Under it, the parties involved are the electronic transactions between the two departments. As we have already studied, the two departments may be a marketing or production department, production or sales department, or sales department to after sales department. When the transaction is done between the two departments of the same company, then it is known as intra-B commerce. Let us understand with the flow chart. Here the customer is demanding from the marketing department the goods which he requires for his consumptions. Now the marketing department delivering all the information to the company, and the company finally giving the information to the production department so the goods can be produced, and ultimately the final goods are sold to the customer. Now let us understand the meaning of C2C commerce, that is customer to customer or consumer to consumer और कंज्यूमर टू कंज्यूमर. जनरली होता क्या है? देखिए कंज्यूमर टू कंज्यूमर में कोई भी बिजनेस फर्म या कंपनी इन्वॉल्व नहीं होती है. यहाँ पे इस पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन पे दो कंज्यूमर्स इन्वॉल्व होते हैं जनरली जब हम हमारे सेकेंड हैंड गुड्स को सोल्ड करते हैं। क्या होता है, हमने कोई भी मोबाइल फ़ोन खरीदा, कोई भी गुड्स परचेज किया, थोड़े टाइम हमने उसको यूज़ किया और फिर अल्टीमेटली हमने उसे किसी और को सेल कर दिया। तो अल्टीमेटली होता क्या है, इधर कोई भी बिजनेस फर्म इन्वॉल्व नहीं होती, जनरली टू कंज्यूमर्स आर इन्वॉल्व इन द C2C कॉमर्स। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट OLX, it is a great example of C2C commerce. Here, two consumers are involved with the help of the mediator. Two consumers sells the goods and services and the buyer is also the consumer. तो इससे फ़ायदा होता क्या है कि भाई हमें किसी भी पर्सन के पास जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, कंज्यूमर भी हमारे पास अवेलेबल होता है और प्रोड्यूसर भी हमारे पास या फिर सेलर भी हमारे पास अवेलेबल होते हैं। सो विद दिस आई कंक्लूड द फर्स्ट पार्ट। Thank you students and have a nice day.